So guys, now let us see viruses, viroids, prions and lichens. Now in the five kingdom classification of the Whitaker, there is no mention of these lichens and some acellular organisms like viruses, viroids and prions. तो हमने जब व्हिटेकर क्लासिफिकेशन देखा था तो उसमें कोई लाइकेंस या वायरस वीरस ऐसा कुछ मेंशन नहीं था. Now here important is acellular organism. Acellular means non-cellular. ये जो viruses, viroids and prions है, इसको हम इन organisms को हम सेल नहीं बोल सकते. बिकॉज एक सेल बोलने के लिए जो जो फीचर होना ज़रूरी है वो इन सब ऑर्गेनिज्म में प्रेजेंट नहीं है. दे आर ब्रीफली इंट्रोड्यूस्ड हेयर. ऑल ऑफ अस हु हैव suffered the ill effects of common cold or flu know what effect virus can have on us. Now इधर इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि कॉमन कोल्ड एंड फ्लू जो होता है वो होता है ड्यू टू वायरसेस. द कॉमन कोल्ड एंड द फ्लू आर ड्यू टू वायरल इन्फेक्शन. Even if we do not associate it with our condition, viruses did not find a place in classification since they are not considered true living. Viruses को हम truly living organisms नहीं बोल सकते. If we understand living as those organisms that have a cell structure, but virus में कोई cell structure ही present नहीं है, तो हम इसको cell या फिर living organism कैसे बोलें? Now the viruses are non-cellular organisms that are characterized by having an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell, and once they infect a cell or any organisms, they take over the machinery of the host cell to replicate themselves, killing the host. What would you call virus living or non-living? Means जब वायरस एक ऑर्गेनिज्म या फिर सेल के बाहर होता है तो वो वायरस इनर्ट होता है, मतलब नॉन लिविंग. यू कैन से द वायरस इज नॉन लिविंग व्हेन इट इज आउटसाइड द बॉडी ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म. एज सून एज ये वायरस वो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म के अंदर चला जाता है तो द वायरस बिकम्स लिविंग. सो हम वायरस को क्या बोल सकते हैं? बाहर ये है नॉन लिविंग. अगर इंडिविजुअल के अंदर या फिर ऑर्गेनिज्म के अंदर चले जाए तो ये लिविंग बन जाता है. लिविंग बन जाकर ये रिप्रोड्यूस करता है और किल कर देता है वो ऑर्गेनिज्म को. Kill the host. So you cannot call a virus a truly living or truly non-living. Now, virus means venom or poisonous fluid. वायरस का मतलब होता है कि venom, जहर और poisonous fluid. Now, note here that the term virus, it was given by Pasteur, Pasteur. The term virus was given by Pasteur. Pasteur is a scientist. Now, Ivanovsky in 1892 recognized certain microbes as a causal organism of mosaic disease of the tobacco. Now, Ivanovsky ने recognize किया था certain microbes that can cause mosaic disease of the tobacco. Tobacco is a plant. Now, ये microbe tobacco plant में mosaic disease कर सकता था. इवानोस्की ने ये डिस्कवर किया था. Now these microbes are found to be smaller than bacteria because they passed through bacteria proof filters. Now Ivanovsky ने नोटिस किया था कि ये microbe it can pass through bacteria proof filter. If this is a bacteria proof filter, अब ये जो microbes थे वो microbes easily pass कर सकता था bacteria proof filter. अगर ये बैक्टीरिया होता so दे कैन नॉट पास. अगर ये बैक्टीरिया होता तो वो ये बैक्टीरिया प्रूफ फिल्टर पास नहीं कर सकता था. इसका मतलब ये माइक्रोब्स तो बैक्टीरिया नहीं है, जो भी है वो बैक्टीरिया से स्मॉलर है. उसके बाद M.W. बेरिंग ने इन 1898 he demonstrated that the extract of the infected plants of the tobacco could cause infection in healthy plants and named the new pathogen virus and called the fluid as Contagium vibum fluidum. M.W. बेरिंग ने ये डेमोन्स्ट्रेट किया था अगर वो इन्फेक्टेड प्लांट से हम वो वायरस या फिर वो माइक्रोब एक हेल्दी प्लांट पे ट्रांसफ़र करें तो वो हेल्दी प्लांट पे भी डिजीज कर सकता है. एंड ही कॉल्ड दैट इन्फेक्शियस फ्लूइड एज कॉन्टेजियम वाइबम फ्लूइडम विच मीन्स इन्फेक्शियस लिविंग फ्लूइड. Then W.M. Stanley in 1935, this date is very important, that Stanley in 1935 showed that viruses could be crystallized and crystals consist largely of the proteins. ओके नाउ स्टेमले ने डिस्कवर किया था कि वायरसेस क्रिस्टल फॉर्म पे हो सकता है और वो क्रिस्टल कॉन्सिस्ट ऑफ मेनली प्रोटीन्स, वो क्रिस्टल मेनली प्रोटीन से बना होगा. नाउ दिस वायरसेस दे आर इनर्ट आउटसाइड द स्पेसिफिक होस्ट सेल, means you can say they are not living outside the specific host cell. Viruses are obligate parasite. This line is important, that viruses are obligate parasite. So in addition to the proteins, the viruses also contain genetic material that could be either RNA or DNA. Now, as Stanley discovered that the viruses could be crystalline and crystals consist mainly of the protein. Apart from that protein, virus में genetic material भी होता है, and that genetic material वो RNA भी हो सकता है या फिर DNA भी हो सकता है. RNA मतलब राइबोन्यूक्लिक एसिड और DNA मतलब डीऑक्सीराइबोन्यूक्लिक एसिड. Now here important that no virus contain both RNA and DNA. मतलब किसी भी वायरस में both RNA DNA नहीं हो सकता. इधर RNA होगा, जब RNA होगा तो DNA एब्सेंट होगा, और जब DNA होगा तो RNA एब्सेंट होगा. No virus contain both RNA and DNA. A virus is a nucleoprotein and the genetic material is infectious. For example, अगर ये एक वायरल का क्रिस्टल स्ट्रक्चर है, ओके, और ये ग्रीन वाला है प्रोटीन्स, these are proteins, and inside you can find this genetic material which may be a DNA or RNA. Okay, now this genetic material, DNA or RNA, this genetic material is the infectious. Okay, means the protein is not infectious, the genetic material is the infectious. See, a virus is a nucleoprotein, means DNA or RNA plus protein is called nucleoprotein, and the genetic material, that is the DNA or RNA, will be infectious in those viruses. Okay, मतलब प्रोटीन जो होगा ना वो इन्फेक्ट, वो डिजीज नहीं कर सकता. वायरस के अंदर जो जेनेटिक मटेरियल है डीएनए और आरएनए, वो ही सिर्फ डिजीज कर सकता है किसी और ऑर्गेनिज्म पे. इन जनरल the viruses that infect the plants have single stranded RNA and the viruses that infect animals have either single or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. द मतलब द वायरस जो इन्फेक्ट करेगा प्लांट्स को, वो उस वायरस में प्रेजेंट होगा सिर्फ सिंगल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए, एज वेल एज द वायरस दैट विल इन्फेक्ट द एनिमल्स, उन वायरस में होगा सिंगल और डबल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए और डबल स्ट्रैंडेड डीएनए. ओके, नाउ bacterial viruses are also called bacteriophages. Bacteriophages, the viruses that infect the bacteria. Now see, this is the picture of bacteriophage. Okay, this is the picture of bacteriophage. The bacteriophage is the virus that affect the bacteria, are usually double-stranded DNA viruses. Now this bacteriophage contain double-stranded DNA. If you notice within this, मतलब within this head of this bacteriophage there is double-stranded DNA. Okay, like this. So it contain DS means double-stranded DNA. The protein coat. The protein coat called the capsid, made up of small subunits called the capsomeres, that protect the nucleic acid. Now you can see, now this is an example of tobacco mosaic virus, TMV, this one. So you can say this is the protein coat outer, okay, which is called capsid, and inside this protein coat is the genetic material, that is the RNA. So the protein coat called the capsid, it is made up of small subunits that are called capsomeres, means the whole thing is called capsid. This whole thing is capsid, and these smaller units, you can say each one, these are called capsomeres. These are called capsomeres. Okay, and this is the genetic material that is present inside the protein, and this RNA, this genetic material, it will be infectious. So these are the two pictures that are given ncert. One is of TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, and this is bacteriophage. The bacteriophage virus also contain this head, this is the collar, this is the sheath, and these are the tail fibers. Okay, the capsomeres, that protein subunits, the capsomeres are arranged in helical or polyhedral geometric forms. The viruses causes diseases like mumps, smallpox, herpes, and influenza. Now this part is important, that the viruses, the diseases that are caused by the viruses are mumps, smallpox, herpes, and influenza. ये जो disease, 4 disease है which is caused by viruses. Now AIDS, you have heard I think about the AIDS. that in the humans is also caused by a virus. Now which virus? AIDS जो होता है that is caused by HIV virus. Sorry, HIV virus. Full form of HIV is human immuno deficiency virus. Okay, the AIDS is caused by this virus, which is called HIV virus. In plants, the symptoms can be, now in plants, if viral disease symptom can be mosaic formation, leaf rolling, curling, yellowing, and vein clearing, dwarfing, stunted growth. In certain cases आपने देखा होगा कि किसी भी प्लांट पे ये जो लीफ है कभी कभार ये मतलब ऐसा स्पाइरल की तरह रोल हो जाता है, या फिर इसका कलर येलो हो जाता है, या फिर वो फॉल कर जाता है, ठीक है, या फिर बहुत सारे लीव छोटे छोटे होते हैं और अदर्स लीव वो बड़े होते हैं. सो दीज आर ड्यू टू सम वायरल इन्फेक्शन. Now thereby we have completed a very important topic, that is the virus. Now one thing here, note that in case of TMB we have seen RNA is the genetic material. Now there is another virus, or you can say TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, and QB bacteriophage. These two viruses, they have their RNA as genetic material. अब आप बोलोगे कि QB bacteriophage कहाँ given है? Now it is given in your class 12 NCERT, and TMB is given in your class 11 NCERT. So both these viruses, they contain RNA as genetic material. But the simple bacteriophage, they have double-stranded DNA as their genetic material. This one is QB bacteriophage, not simple. If there is only bacteriophage, then their genetic material is double-stranded DNA, and if it is QB bacteriophage, then they have RNA as their genetic material. So in this video, we have completed virus. Now in our next video, we will see about the viroids, prions, lichens. Okay, so if you like this video, please do subscribe to this channel, and till then keep revising your NCERT and keep studying. Bye.